25 minutes. So I am starting the show without her, my lovely assistant. And tonight I am going to be presenting you with the brand new CD, which has been out for sale for a little less than a month and will be promoted next month. It'll be released to radio in October. But for now, you can still buy this on my website and Goldenrod and Bandcamp. It's a beautiful CD. The cover work, the photos are fantastic. Irene Young, who is one of my favorite photographers in the world, shot the cover and many other things in the video that has been up on my YouTube page as well. So tonight I'm going to be presenting the entire CD with the exception of one song. I will not be doing With You, because that's my solstice song. So I'm keeping that for December when I do a solstice holiday show. And besides, 11 songs is a lot to fit in an hour. So I won't be doing as much talking as usual. We'll see. So I'm going to run through the whole CD for you, starting with the title song. And let me tell you a little bit about the title song. I wrote the song, I thought I had all my songs done. And The Language of Love was going to be the title of the CD. And many of you were here for that show in May when we decided what the title should really be. Lavender Moonshine. Because I was watching a movie on Netflix, as I do a lot since COVID. And there was a beautiful movie called The Jasmine's Blues. A movie written and directed by Tyler Perry. And it's about a young black jazz singer who was playing in Chicago in the turn of the century in these white clubs. Black singers would come up from the South and sing in these white clubs in Chicago, where only white people were allowed unless you were a performer. And it's a story of his life and his love to a young woman, and it's narrated by himself, the singer himself. And early in the movie, as a young man, he's picking lavender in a field. And the narration says, "I will always remember the smell of lavender in the moonshine." And I thought that was a brilliant line, and I got right up and I wrote this song, Lavender Moonshine. Somebody is, what's happening here? No. I was trying to get, Hang on. Software update in the middle of my show is not cool. All right, there we go. Again, I apologize. Now I have to go back to my other screen. And here we go again. So this is Lavender Moonshine. The movie had nothing to do with moonshine, although there is such a thing as lavender moonshine. And the song really has nothing to do with that either. Have you ever stayed up late at night, staring at the sky, thinking about who is born right now, who's afraid to die? It's a circle of life surrounding you that makes you feel so fine. But you taste the cool, cool water and the lavender moonshine. It's a hard, hard road that's held you since as long as you recall, playing every bar and club and sometimes a great hall. But the thing that keeps you moving, the thing that is so fine, is a taste of that cool water and the lavender moonshine. Along the boardwalk, breathe the salty air, thank the heavens for all you have and the ones for whom you care, and sit beside a stranger, sit beside a friend, and always keep an open heart. It'll help you in the end. ever quell. And once you bite right through that trace, you sense a deeper spell. 'Cause everything you go through and every spool you wind is in the taste of that cool water and the lavender moonshine. Walk along the boardwalk, breathe the salty air. The heavens for all you have and the ones for whom you dare. And sit beside a stranger, sit beside a friend, and always keep an open heart. It'll help you in the end. Oh, the heart's deep longing is in everything you know. We scratch along the surface and we shovel through the snow. But all the while we're searching for the reasons that we're here. It's clear that love is what we're looking for. Love is how we see. Love is in our fear and in our ecstasy. Love's the sweetest kiss goodnight. Love's the axe we grind. It's the taste of that cool water and the lavender moonshine. Walk along the boardwalk, breathe the salty air. The heavens for all you have and the ones for whom you care. And sit beside a stranger, sit beside a friend. Always keep an open heart, it'll help you in the end. Sit beside a stranger if it makes you feel so fine, and share that cool, cool water and the lavender moonshine. Thank you very much. It's wonderful to be back for some fall shows, although I have to tell you, I'm running a little fan here, so you're hearing a little bit of noise. I can't turn my air conditioner on, but I have to have some air moving because it is still 95, 96 degrees outside. And the heat index today was crazy. I know this is happening all across the country, so it's not just us, but that's why you're hearing a little noise. If it gets to be too much, I will turn it off, but I need it so that I don't die from the heat up here. Anyway, there's a great variety of songs on this new CD, touching on climate change, for one, touching on gun control, touching on abortion rights, and of course there's lots of love songs and tender songs as well. I'm going to run the CD in order again, with the exception of With You. So the second song on the CD is the song that was going to be the title of the CD. And it's a song called The Language of Love. And I wrote this song right before I went to boot camp last year. Boot camp is my songwriting and guitar workshop on Whidbey Island. And we had our 12th year this summer. It was fantastic. Wonderful students. Same people come every year. They're writing great songs, mostly amateur, some professional, but writing really beautiful songs. So since the same people come, I always have to come up with something new. And right before I left last year, I could not find the song because I was having a really rough time. We had to put our beautiful Basenji down. So I wasn't feeling inspired, but right before I left, this exercise came to me. And what I had everyone do, and I did this first just to make sure it would work, is you had to pick a word from a novel I was reading, and And you had to take that one word and then find 5 associative words, mostly through a thesaurus, and then write a paragraph using those 6 words. And from that paragraph, you had to write a song. That would be the story of your song. And you had to use those 6 words in the first 2 verses. Not too many rules. So my word was strained, and my associative words were awkward, uneasy, labored, choked, and stiff. And this is my song. A strained touch, we held back so much, that awkward stare, so hard to bear. We were so uneasy in the language of love, the language of love. We labored for years, choked by our fears. Stiffly we held back, we just didn't have the knack. We were so uneasy in the language of love, the language of love. How is it that some have no fear at all? Not afraid of flying, not afraid of the fall, feeling only love and light and laughter. This is what my heart is truly after. How would things have stacked if we were loose and laid back? No self-conscious days, just comfortable ways. We were so uneasy in the language of love, the language of love. How is it that some have no fear at all? Not afraid of flying, not afraid of the fall, feeling only love and light and laughter. This is what my heart is truly after. Movie screens, lovesick dreams, how would this be for you and me? Letting go of all we know and finding a new way home. But we were so uneasy in the language of love, the language of love. Yeah, we were so uneasy in the language of love, the language of love. Thank you. Thank you so much. So next is a song. Oh, there it is. That I wrote in 2022, early 2022. 2022 was a rough year for many of us. All of COVID was a really rough year, a really rough time. And needless to say, it's not over yet. People are still getting sick from this new wave, this new variant. So please be careful out there. And I will try to as well. But I wrote this because in the early 2022, I lost 4 very close friends. None to COVID, but one to a heart condition, one to a heart attack, and 2 to cancer. Unexpected. One was so quick, it was like nobody could believe that Mindy had gone, because she got some strange, rare disease that they could not do anything about. And then this year I lost another friend, a dear friend, Terry Scheinzeit. So in the last year, I've lost Joni Waddles, Julie Haddon, Kim French, bass player from high school, Mindy Simmons, and Terry Scheinzeit. And I miss them all so very much. But this is life, unfortunately. And people are dying younger. People are getting cancer younger because of the times in which we live. So hang on closely to those you love and take good care of yourselves, because we just never know. In the morning you believe you have many more years, but in the evening as you grieve, your eyes well up with tears. They say you're of an age when friends all disappear. Every day there is another one who isn't here. Home you go, home you go, eventually we're all heading home. Home you go, home you go, eventually we're all heading home. These years have held no mercy, the spirit gets so weak, you can't even hug a friend or kiss them on the cheek. An unexpected illness and another heart attack, all you want to say is please bring my buddies back. Home you go, home you go, eventually we're all heading home. Home you go, home you go, eventually we're all heading home. So long, old friend, farewell to you. I wish you well on your way. So pick up the pieces of the loss that is behind. There's more for you to do and more ways you can be kind. They all stay inside you, the ones here and those gone, and the gift that you can give is the gift of living on. Home you go, home you go, eventually we're all heading home. Home you go, home you go, eventually we're all heading home. Eventually we're all heading home. Thank you. Thank you so much. Prayers to all who have lost family or friends in this time. So this next song is somewhat difficult to sing and to talk about, but it is something that we have to talk about, because gun control is something that really has to happen. The violence in this country is unfathomable. The number, I meant to check before I got online, but I just got home last night from a 2-day drive from Marquette, Michigan to home, and got home last night, and have been running like crazy all day because I have to leave tomorrow for a show in Maryland. So there are a few things I was planning on doing before the show that I didn't get to. But you all know how crazy it is this year and every year. The number of mass murders, the number of people in schools especially that are taken out, that have been killed by the proliferation of guns and the proliferation of shootings in this country. You can't even go into a mall. You can't go into a movie theater without worrying. What have we come to? But I am most especially worried for the teachers, because we've lost so many of our teachers because they can't deal with the trauma, and they don't want to have to carry guns, and some of them are forced to. All of her life she wanted to teach, so much to share. Classrooms were safe, children were learning. No empty chairs, watching the spark of knowledge unfolding, joy everywhere. And now the classrooms are war zones, the halls are all watched close, locked in and locked down. Now she carries a gun. It shouldn't be scared, shouldn't have trauma from going to school. No helping hands, no sharing of lunches, no golden rule. They're guarded and gated, searched as they enter for a weapon or tool. And the classrooms are war zones, the halls are all watched close, locked in and locked down. They make her carry a gun. She's learned how to shoot, not what she studied for. Carries a gun, not what she worked for. Her teacher's certificate never implied she'd be wearing a weapon. Oh, how will she survive? All of her life she read to the children. Now the books are all banned. No self-expression, no real discussion. The lectures are canned. Diversity waning, conspiracy rampant all across the land. And the classrooms are war zones, the halls are all watched close, locked in and locked down. They make her carry a gun. All of her life she wanted to teach, so much to share. Classrooms were safe, children were learning. No empty chairs, watching the spark of knowledge unfolding, joy everywhere. And the classrooms are war zones, the halls are all watched close, locked in and locked down. Now she carries a gun. Oh, she carries a gun. They make her carry a gun. Please don't make her carry a gun. Thank you. Well, look who's here.
Hi, honey.
Hi, darling. Just in time for your song.
Oh, good.
Everything look okay there? It was feeding back on me, so I had to turn my speakers off. So I asked if everyone could hear me, but then I couldn't see the answers. So
Oh, I don't know.
I think so. Otherwise, you'd see something.
Everybody missed me. That's sweet.
Yes, you are always missed.
Wow, it's just now on here, just now to the point where you, oh, look who's here, or whatever you
Oh,
said.
right. So Lauren is back from work and she's joining me. I am thinking, I'm going to mention this now before people leave. I always have done my shows on Thursdays since the beginning of COVID. It sort of became my night. But now that Lauren works in the library system, she works from 10 till 8 on Thursdays. So she can't be here for the first half. And I find that distressing and disturbing. So I'm thinking of moving my shows to Wednesdays. And so I want to ask you, because I always ask you, what you think about that. If that would be a problem for anybody who's here tonight, if I move my shows to Wednesday, and I'll give you the date at the end of the night of the next one. But if we all agree that Wednesday is good, and if you're not on the chat, just send me a text or an email or something and let me know your thoughts on that. So this next song is a song I wrote for Lauren. Now, mind you, I had already written like 3 songs that were about Lauren before I wrote this last one. I had written Peanut Butter Toast. I had written With You, the one song I'm not doing tonight. And what was the other one?
I don't know.
There's one. Well, No Place Like Home. But so I thought I was done with the CD, and Lauren said, "You haven't written a song for me." And what kind of pressure is that for a songwriter? And I had written songs for her, but not the one that she wanted. And I couldn't promise her anything. But again, I was watching a movie on Netflix, like I do. And it was a wonderful movie called Sing Street. Sing as in sing street. And it's an English movie, and it's about some young boys, one in particular, who's in love with this girl and is trying to impress her. So he tells her he has a band and that they're going to do a show, and would she like to come see his band perform? And she got very excited and said, "Yes, I'd love that." Well, he didn't have a band, and he didn't even play an instrument. And he went to his buddies and he said, "Guys, we got to put a band together because I promised this girl that we were going to do a show." So they put the whole story is about them putting a band together and writing these fabulous songs. Somebody wrote some really fabulous songs. And one of the songs towards the end of the movie had a line in it, "Waiting all my life. I've been waiting all my life." And again, that just triggered something in me. I turned off the movie, I picked up my guitar, and I wrote this song. As far as I can tell, it worked. From the moment of my birth, from the first cry that I cried, from the instant that I reached out, and when I opened my eyes, I knew that there would be something, some beautiful surprise, 'cause I'd been waiting all my life to find you. As I drive across the country on my way to another show, I find that I am missing you everywhere I go. I often turn as if you're with me, 'cause it seems it should be so. 'Cause I've been waiting all my life to find you. It's taken many years and loves that I have loved, but something kept me moving farther on. Just when I thought that I was settled, you opened up that door where I'd been waiting all my life to find you. From the first row at the drive-in to the balcony on Broadway, there are just so many dreams for us to dream. As we stand before a Rembrandt and we marvel at the brushstrokes, I'm glad I waited all my life to find you. It's taken many years and loves that I have loved, but something kept me moving farther on. Just when I thought that I was settled, you opened up that door where I'd been waiting all my life to find you. Taken many years and loves that I have loved. But something kept me moving farther on. Just when I thought that I was settled, you opened up that door where I'd been waiting all my life to find you. I've been waiting all my life to find you. Thank you. Well, before I continue, I think this is a good moment to do my public service announcement. I'll try to make it quick. As you know, this is part of how I make my living. I am back on the road, I'm happy to say, but being on the road also involves a lot of expenses. Live stream shows don't have expenses, so this is where I can actually make some money. And if you care, you do not have to donate. This is a free concert. I am grateful you're here, and I'm so glad you're here for the new CD. But if you care to donate a ticket price of $15 or $20, you can go to tretfure.com/concerts and click on the Buy Now link. Or you can go straight to PayPal me Tret Fure, and you can contribute there. You can also go to my Venmo page. It's Tret-Fure. It's the only Tret Fure on Venmo. So you can donate there, or you can send a check, and the information for that is at the top of the chat feed. Also, I have a Patreon page. If you go to patreon.com and search for me, you can find my page. That's another way you can help me out. I can't tell you how much the patronages mean to me, the pledges I get. It's such a beautiful gift every month, and it helps to my bottom line, which I appreciate. Now, if you're interested in the CD, you can go, if you go back to my website, you can go to my my store page, and you can buy the new CD there. You can also buy digitally. You can buy downloads and physical CDs from Goldenrod, who is the oldest women's distribution network in the country. You can go to Bandcamp. They also have all downloads, CDs or single songs. Goldenrod has physical CDs and downloads. Pretty soon, a friend of mine is designing a new page for me, a new website for me, and so I will be able to offer downloads as well on my website coming soon. But this is the title, again, Lavender Moonshine. It's I think it's my best work. The arrangements are beautiful. I had the great privilege of working with Kim Person as an engineer and a co-producer, and Kim is brilliant. And what she did with my voice and my guitar, and what we did with the arrangements is just, I'm so happy. I just think it's so great. So if you don't have the CD yet, please pick it up. Now, this next song is a song I wrote in 2021 during the height of COVID. But I had already released my Stone by Stone album, I wanted this to be recorded. I wanted you to hear this song, because it's about our nurses. And even though we're not done with COVID, because there is an upsurge in trauma centers and in hospitals of patients suffering from COVID again. It's not as bad, thank God, and it seems like the vaccines are working. But still, we have lost so many nurses, whether to COVID or from the trauma, from the PTSD, all the different reasons that nurses have left their field, doctors as well. But as a result, we have a shortage of nurses, and we cannot afford that. We cannot afford to have a shortage of nurses. And the nurses that have stuck with it are now not getting paid well. Their pay is being cut. And what is up with that? What happened to all the New Yorkers banging pots and pans for our first responders? Now they can't even get a fair wage. Something has to change. This is called This and So Much More. So sterile and silent, empty beds still damp. sound through chambers of longing. No visiting hours, no way that you can ease their yearning. It's like a burning that won't leave them. How will you ever be the same? You're born tired and soul spent. Nothing you ever imagined from the work that you knew you were meant to do. You were meant to do so much more than this and so much more. The hours are endless, but it's not about the pay. It's the promise you made to care for the ones who need you and to feed you and gives you a purpose. But this particular time is breaking you down. The losses are more than you ever imagined you deal with, and you feel it deep under the surface. How will you ever be the same? You're born tired and soul spent. Nothing you ever imagined from the work that you knew you were meant to do. You were meant to do so much more than this and so much more. You've always been ready to serve on the front lines to fight for those who need you to fight, to press on and do whatever it takes to beat the odds. But these odds are more than you ever imagined. One more patient is gone and one is sent home. Could it possibly be? Does it really feel like it's easing, or is it teasing us into believing? The shifts aren't as long, but still when you get home, there's so much that you have to face. You can't erase it, you can't face that unending grieving. How will you ever be the same? You're born tired and soul spent. Nothing you ever imagined from the work that you knew you were meant to do. You were meant to do so much more than this and so much more. 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 Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, so this, I know I haven't shown any photos yet, and I'm sure some of you are wondering, why aren't you showing us any photos? This isn't a photo-heavy show, but since I'm about to do No Place Like Home, which is about my chosen family and where I now live, I thought I'd show a few pictures of my chosen family. And some of you have seen these before. This is of course, my beautiful wife, my sister-in-law, and my mother-in-law. And this is what I moved here for. This beautiful family that I'm now a part of. And this picture, though it's a little dark, and none of these kids look like any of these people anymore. This was several Christmases ago. This is Lauren and our kids. And I love these children so much, and I love Lauren so much. So I am so grateful to have this family, this chosen family. And I wrote this song because I never thought I'd live in Virginia. Not that it's a bad state.
I didn't think I'd have to stay in Virginia.
And Lauren says I didn't think I'd have to stay in Virginia, but you also did not want to move to the snow. So this is my ode, my my homage to John Prine. I live in Southern Virginia where it's hot, and it is. Some people say, how can you do that? And I say, why not? It's as good a place as any that you might try. And it's where my honey lives, and now so do I. I live in one of those political hot spots. My friends say, how can you do that? And I say, why not? It's as good a place as any that you might try. And it's where my chosen family lives, and now so do I. It's a place that I can call my own. As long as I am happy, as long as I am not alone. There's no place I would rather be than this home. I live below the Mason-Dixon line. Some people say to me, really? And I say, it's just fine. It's as good a place as any to live and die. And it's where my heart belongs, and now so do I. It's a place that I can call my own. As long as I am happy, as long as I am not alone. There's no place I would rather be than this home. There's no place I would rather be than this home. Thank you. So next, we move on to climate change. And I can't believe that it's unfathomable to me that people still deny climate change. Like Ramaswamy, what is his name? Ramaswamy? Is that right? The one of the Republican candidates for president in the debate, denying climate change.
And did you hear Hurricane Lee went from Category 1 to 4 in 8 hours? It's the first time in history. That's the first
time in history that a Hurricane Lee, went from a Category 1 to a Category 4 in 8 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nothing's wrong. Everything's normal. My God. And the earth is burning up. Mother Earth has had it with us. She has had it with us. She's throwing everything at us. Earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, fires. This whole world is burning up. I mean, Canada is still burning. And I don't know that we'll ever have a clear day again. I was just up in the beautiful Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is one of the most pristine places in this country. And it's hazy. Every day was hazy. And it's hazy from the fires. And it's not just fires in Canada, the West Coast, everywhere. The world is burning. And I don't know what we're going to do about it. But we have to try to do whatever parts we can do. The world's on fire. Strange day in July. It's hotter than hell and the grass is tinder dry. Main streets turn gray from the smoke and the fires, and there's a burning in my eyes. There's ash on the streets, trash on the roads and the temperature's too high. There's the world's on fire. Oh, the world's on fire. I'm driving to the Midwest, Virginia to Ohio, and I can't stop to rest, 'cause the sunset's exploding in a blazing red sky, and there's a tightening in my chest. The asphalt feels soft, it's hard just to move, it's all happening too fast. Just the world's on fire. Oh, the world's on fire. Take cover. Take cover. Take cover. There are cities that have burned, acres destroyed, and what have we learned? 'Cause the crops are all failing and the rainfall has stopped, but no one seems concerned. The seas keep rising, the shoreline eroding. Is this the point of no return? 'Cause the world's on fire. Oh, the world's on fire. Take cover. Take cover. Take cover. The earth's forever in flames. Human triggered fires too often are to blame. In the heart of the Amazon or the African plains, we should all feel ashamed. The gates of hell are open, these apocalyptic times that no one wants to claim. Just the world's on fire. Oh, the world's on fire. Take cover. Take cover. Take cover. 'Cause the world's on fire. Whew. Thank you. Yeah, and they're just now starting to realize they have not been accounting for deaths caused by the heat that we are experiencing. They're just now looking into how many deaths have occurred because not just heat stroke, but the effects of heat on our systems. So, moving on, this is the song I wrote last year right after the Dobbs decision. I know many of you have heard this, and this has to be stopped. This has to be stopped. They cannot keep taking away women's rights, women's protections. It's my body, it's my life, it's my choice on my own time. It wasn't for you to ever decide, 'cause here we are now in the great backslide. strong and fine. They've carried me through all these times, whether in prayer or holding the line. They can't be tied to the great backslide. You don't presume you have an answer. In my world, you're not a dancer. You see things in black and white, mostly white, mostly white. So sure you're right. These are my hopes, these are my dreams. For all these times they've carried me, whether in solitude or side by side. We can't succumb to the great backslide. Don't presume you have an answer, 'cause in my world you're not a dancer. You see things in black and white, mostly white, mostly white. So sure you're right. It's my body, it's my right, it's my choice on my own time. It wasn't for you to ever decide. Here we are now in the great backslide, whether in solitude or side by side. We can't succumb to the great backslide. Thank you. Everybody having a good time?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this off for the last two songs because they're quiet. And I think we can make it through two songs.
Yeah, I just said that. No, someone said, it's good to see you in shorts and a short sleeve shirt. Since your last fundraiser picture was you in long sleeves. And,
Oh my God, yeah.
And I said, well, it's really hot upstairs. We have no central air in our little 1930.
Yeah, I have a
house
window unit that would be so noisy. So my choice was this little fan. Yeah, the show I did in Marquette was brutal. It was one of the hottest days in Marquette in the 90s, which is unusual. And I was in full sun. It was an afternoon show. We started at 3 o'clock. Everyone was in full sun pretty much until intermission. Then they all moved back into the shade. But I was still in full sun. But still, it was a wonderful event, by the way. We raised a lot of money, really good money for the Barb Krill Foundation, which is a grant and scholarship fund for students in Marquette. Students who need help. It was started by Barb Krill, who was a gym teacher when I went to school, and when Shell Chapman, it was in honor of Shell's life, who passed last year from ALS, my sister-in-law's sister, a dear family member of mine and friend of mine. But we did some good work. So I thank all of those who were there. Wow, I'm already getting hot. So
You better stop talking.
I better stop talking. One more picture to show you. I've shown some of you this before. This next song, I'm going to turn this back on for a minute because I really am dying. This is my nephew Austin and his beautiful wife Aurelia. And they got married last September. I was there for the wedding and I wrote the song for the wedding. They asked me to come and sing I Choose You, which I did as their first dance, which was a wonderful thing for me to be able to do, to sing I Choose You as a first dance. But I called him and I said, isn't there something else you would like me to sing? Just coming all that way for one song? Because it's a 2-day drive. I just did it. And Austin said, well, you did write 2 songs for my older brother. no pressure there. Again, I love these expectations, but I do love a challenge. So I called my sister-in-law Deb, his mother, and said, Deb, can you give me just a little couple of nuggets of information about how they ended up together? Because they've known each other all their lives, pretty much. And apparently they had dated when they were younger, but it didn't work out. So this is a song I wrote for them. I always play the wrong intro. This is called It Was Meant to Be. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off again now. Tricky thing coming from a small town, one that you loved but didn't really stick around until you were older and really knew the weight of that small town fate. You dated younger, but it wasn't right. You both had a hunger for a meaningful life. Who knew that the stars would align like they do? Now you're both so perfect in the things that are you. It was meant to be, nobody pushed you. It was meant for you to do all that you could do. Now we wish the best for both of your hearts. And here's a prayer that nothing in this life can tear you apart. Found each other through all of the tremors. Oh, that must have been the best night to remember, when you realized the bond that you hold, when you both knew it was time to come in out of the cold. It was meant to be, nobody pushed you. It was meant for you to do all that you could do. Now we wish the best for both of your hearts. And here's a prayer that nothing in this life can tear you apart. Can tear you apart. Now we wish the best for both of your hearts.
Everybody said that they can't even hear the fans. So
Oh, good, because I'm putting it back on. Oh, there we go. Wow. Well, I can, when I do my sound check, I can hear it. So, but thank you for allowing that. I have one more song for you. One more song from the album. I want to thank you so much. Oh, for being here. Why do I have? Oh, that's it. And did we get a response on the?
Everybody's totally good with Wednesday.
Okay, good,
No one
because
said
we
no.
all want Lauren to be here for the whole show, and she can do it on a Wednesday. So the next show is going to be October 18th, Wednesday, October 18th.
Oh, I've got a class. No, I'm just kidding.
Better not. October 18th, Wednesday, will be the next show. I am on the road the first 2 weeks of October, so that's as soon as I can do my October show. And I will be I will be doing a song swap tomorrow night in Timonium, Maryland. Then Saturday I'm in Durham, North Carolina. It's a private event. The following weekend on Saturday I'm doing a CD release show at the 8th Step in Schenectady, New York. If you're in that area, please come to my show. I love that venue, and Margie is always so great with bringing me back again and again. And then I am in Binghamton on Sunday. I'm doing the service in the morning, and then we're doing a 2 p.m. afternoon show. I think it's 2 or 3. It's on my website, tretfure.com. So please join me if you're in the area. I will be back in the Midwest in October. I will be back in the Northeast late October into November. So check out my schedule at tretfure.com to see where I'm going to be playing. And of course, I always have all my shows on Facebook. So, is there anything I left out? I don't think so.
Did you release one for Yorktown? Did you say that?
Oh no, I forgot. And if you're local to the Hampton Roads area, on September 30th, I am doing a CD release show at my sister-in-law Marie's house. We've done one for several CDs now since Piece of the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since Piece of the Sky. Except during COVID, we didn't do one for Stone by Stone. And we're going to be serving tastings of lavender moonshine if you're interested.
My sister's like into themes.
Yeah, because Marie's into themes. So anyway, that is going to be Saturday, September 30th at 7 p.m. And go online, buy your tickets, and you'll get the address then. So thank you all for spending this time with me, and I'm going to leave you with this pandemic love song. Well, the side door opens and you walk inside. I say, hey, baby, what you doing? You've been in so many meetings that you're bleary-eyed. I say, hey, baby, how you doing? It's cold out there, won't you come to me? I'll hold you till you're warm in the center. I'll hold you all through the winter. It's been the longest year that has ever come. I say, hey, baby, don't you think it? 12 months and counting and we're still not done. I say, hey, baby, don't you think it? I went down to the corner just to get away. But I ran right back to your embrace. I had to see that smile on your face. So give me a little of your coffee. Give me a little of your time. Make me some toast in the morning. Put a little peanut butter on one side. And I'll give you a little of my love. And I'll give you even more of my heart. Make sure that you write me a letter when we next find ourselves apart. 'Cause I don't ever, 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 ever want to lose your love. Well, how about we go down to the sushi bar? I say, hey, baby, wanna do it? Put on a sweater and get in the car. I say, hey, baby, wanna do it? We can sit at the counter where there's no one else and have a little bit of private conversation, the closest thing to a vacation. So give me a little of your coffee, give me a little of your time. Make me some toast in the morning, put a little peanut butter on one side, and I'll give you a little of my love, and I'll give you even more of my heart. Make sure that you write me a letter when we next find ourselves apart. 'Cause I don't ever, 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 ever want to lose your love. Well, every day feels the same, even though every day is new. You and I are the lucky ones. You've got me and I've got you. Pretty soon we'll be swimming in the deep blue sea. I say, hey, baby, don't you feel it? Take off your mask and jump in with me. I say, hey, baby, can you feel it? We'll remember those days, we'll remember these nights, because we never really want to forget. It's brought us closer together, you bet. So give me a little of your coffee. Give me a little of your time. Make me some toast in the morning. Put a little peanut butter on one side. And I'll give you a little of my love. And I'll give you even more of my heart. Make sure that you write me a letter when we next find ourselves apart. 'Cause I don't ever, 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 ever want to lose your love. No, I don't ever, 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 ever want to lose your love. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying with me. I know this was longer than an hour, but I appreciate your attendance. I appreciate your faithfulness to the music. And thank you. And I hopefully will see you either on the road or October 16th. In the meantime, please stay safe. Please stay well. And I will see you again. And that's